I didn't want to be the one, but someone has to. Someone has to make the comparison between Adolf Hitler and Donald Trump and ask, what the fuck? First of all, neither Adolf Hitler or Donald Trump were educated men. And therefore, they had a problem with those of us who consider ourselves a little educated. So as I was saying, neither Hitler or Trump were educated men. And so it's no wonder they had a problem with those of us who are somewhat educated. In his book, Mein Kampf, Hitler wrote phonetically rather than grammatically by using such words as Es gibt, and I don't speak German, but it's E-S-G-I-B-T, which like ain't not. That's kind of like what he said there. Instead of Es gibt, which is E-S-G-I-E-B-T, which is like me saying, I ain't not going to drink bleach. You know, instead of saying, sir, I'm not going to drink your bleach. I'm not going to drink your bleach. I am not going to drink your bleach.
And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me.
Then, of course, there are countless examples of Trump's illiteracy in his tweets. He does it all the time. Google it. August 2017. There, T-H-E-I-R, was Afghanistan. He actually meant, never mind. Another similarity is neither Hitler nor Trump were original thinkers. They both relied on the closed-minded, nationalistic hate thought of the day. Hitler's beliefs came out of the anti-Semitic Vienna penny pamphlets, which compared Jews to rats, along with other far-right extremist writings such as Gobineau's an essay on the inequality of human races, where Gobineau argues that there are intellectual differences between human races. Of course, the problem with Gobineau's writing is it's always the uneducated masses looking for someone else to blame for their failures who believe such shit. And boy, there are a lot of them around today. A lot.
I happen to know the facts. Now, friends, I'm just an average American. But I'm an American. And some of the things I see in this country of ours make my blood boil. I see people with foreign accents making all the money. I see Negroes holding jobs that belong to me and you. Now I ask you, if we allow this thing to go on, what's going to become of us real Americans?
I've heard this kind of talk before, but I never expected to hear it in America.
In the same way as Hitler did with the hate speech available to him to build his coalition of right-wing nuts, Trump has used the last 40 years of right-wing hate conspiracy, hate radio, fake news in the U.S. to form his ideas. His presidency has been a play right out of the Rush Limbaugh rants, which blames everything wrong in the U.S. on those of us who believe in social justice over corporate profits. Think about that.
Speaker Pelosi vowed to shake up the Washington establishment in her first 100 hours, but sadly, nothing significant happened. Then came the first 100 days, followed by the next 200 days, when Pelosi's sole achievement was raising the minimum wage a few cents. The signature of her tenure has been the multiple repeated failed attempts by her party to force our military to surrender in Iraq in a war that we are winning.
Neither Hitler nor Trump pursued peace in anything. Chaos was their agenda to get what they wanted, and both enjoyed the erosion of the rule of law to benefit their extreme viewpoints of the world.
To all to Aryan Germans, I say it is time you inherited the nation which rightfully belongs to you. To you alone belongs the glorious destiny of the greater Germany. The Nazi Party will provide land for the farmer, work for the worker, and profits for the small businessman. Who is getting these things now? The Jew. The Jew who has stolen our nation and our birthright.
Both Hitler and Trump had the same core message of a return to greatness, and neither could explain what that actually meant. Hitler begins his Mein Kampf by saying a united German Austria must return the great German mother country. Of course, Trump's loudmouth message that got him elected was make America great again, without explaining when it stopped being great.
Are they out, security? Are they gone? Are they gone? Thank you. They're so rude. They're so rude. You see, today, we have security people that are, it's hard. 10 years ago, they would have been on their ass, those people. They really would have been. 10 years ago, it would have been much tougher. This is what happens. And this is why we lose control of our country, folks. This is why. We lose control of our country because everybody's afraid to do anything. The police, who are these phenomenal people that are totally mistreated, by the way, totally mistreated.
Got my money, got my passport. So who needs facts when you're dealing with emotions, right? You guys don't need facts. Emotions. Man, I run the world. You guys really disturb me. Yeah, because, Hitler considered Germany to be great when the Jews were not allowed to have businesses. And Trump considered America great before it elected a non-white president. Who needs facts when you're dealing with emotions?
When the people are pouring across the border, Mexico is sitting there, oh, isn't that too bad? And you know what? When Kate, beautiful Kate, got killed in San Francisco by somebody that came over 5 times, okay? And when Jamil was killed in Los Angeles, this young, incredible African-American boy whose father's a friend of mine, a great guy. The father is like this great guy. This son was the apple of his eye. Young boy, walking down the street, right in front of his house, going home to see his father. And he gets shot in the face 3 times by an illegal immigrant that wasn't supposed to be here. Or the woman in Los Angeles who got raped, sodomized. She's a 65-year-old veteran, raped, sodomized, and killed.
Hitler was obsessed with blaming everything on the bad deals made by his predecessors. More precisely, the policies of Weltpolitik, or world politics. And of course, the Treaty of Versailles, which Germany agreed to after losing the First World War, Hitler considered a bad idea. like they fucking had a choice after losing the war.
Wie sieht es heute in Deutschland aus unter dem Regiment? Diese Parteien, die 14 Jahre lang unser Volk ruinierten. Und es ist nun die Frage, wie lange noch?
I guess there is no need for facts or truth when you're dealing with emotions. Just simple as that.
Oh, you know, I announced I was going to run. I couldn't stand watching it anymore. We used to have victories. We don't have victories. We're going to have so many victories that you're going to be bored of winning. You're going to get so tired of it. You're going to get so tired of it.
Trump has used the same words as Hitler by blaming all of the U.S. woes on the bad trade deals made by the past presidents, especially the last one, President Obama, who Trump blames everything on, from the faulty Boeing 737 engines that caused the crashes to the failed handling of the COVID-19 pandemic, which has killed over 100,000 Americans.
We're a poor nation. We owe $19 trillion. The stupid budget that was approved 2 weeks ago, the stupid budget. Now, how about that? Did you ever see a budget approved so fast? And that's worth $2 billion, that's worth $2 trillion. So now we're gonna be at $21 trillion. Here's a budget, I don't get it. You know, the only one, because I think Obama is one of the worst negotiators perhaps in the history of the world, okay? Yeah.
Within 2 months of Hitler's appointment as chancellor in January 1933, he had opened his first concentration camp and filled it with his political enemies by calling them communists. Now, some were, but most of them weren't. Within the first month of Trump's presidency, he asked his Justice Department to investigate Hillary Clinton's alleged crimes based on a gut feeling. That's right. He ran against Hillary, he called her a crook, he came up with all this bullshit, and as soon as he becomes president, he wants her to be arrested.
There were trade unions to be smashed because unions were organized and might offer resistance. There were many political parties in Germany. These the Nazis destroyed. They were determined to smash every organization where people might band together and resist them.
And now he tried that with his Joe Biden, this guy he's running against now. He's actually tried to, he wants another government to investigate them, Joe Biden. Is that crazy? I mean, this is what they do down in banana republics, right? This is America. And this guy is fucking trying to investigate other people that he opposes.
These men had won their struggle for power. They now ruled all of Germany. But still they had trouble with their oldest and most persistent enemy, the truth. They found that truth does not die easily, and so they decided to abolish truth. One great source of truth is literature, so they burned books, 20 million of them. Many great men in Germany who were spokesmen for truth were jailed or driven from their country. Teachers, writers, scientists. Education was discouraged. In 5 years, college attendance dropped 53%. It was forbidden to listen to a British radio program or read an American newspaper. In Nazi Germany, you had to get your information from Dr. Goebbels. He knew what was best for you.
Both Hitler and Trump denigrated immigrants. Hitler wanted to free Germany of Slavs and Jews. And the moment Trump came down the escalator to announce he was running for presidency, he declared that people of color were the cause of the nation's ills.
Geschichten haben mir den Mut gegeben, dieses gigantische Werk zu beginnen. Sondern das kann ich sagen, den Mut habe ich nur gefasst, weil ich zwei Schichten kannte, den Bauer und den deutschen Arbeiter. Die kannte ich.
I'm the most militaristic person in this room, except for that guy with the hat. Stand up, with the beautiful beard. Stand up. He's the only one. He's the only one. You're my guy. And you're my guy. I can tell.
Sound familiar? It should. It really should. Trump has repeatedly said elections are rigged when he doesn't like the outcome. Wow. That's who you want. That's America, right?
Our movement is about replacing a failed and corrupt, and when I say corrupt, I'm talking about totally corrupt, political establishment with a new government controlled by you, the American people.
I can't believe I am saying this, but for the first time in the history of our democracy, we're faced with the possibility of postponing an election because the President of the United States is a cycle. And everyone knows it. Everyone knows it.
This is not presidential material, believe me.
Everyone knows it. He's a cycle.
Because I used to be part of the club, I'm the only one that can fix it.
Why do you think Trump and the Republicans are telling us all to go out and play? Huh? Go out. Have fun. Screw COVID-19. It doesn't matter if we don't have a cure. It doesn't matter if we're not testing. Go out there and play. Everybody, get sick. Get sick. You know why? Because come this fall, they are going to do just like Hitler did in 1933. They're going to pronounce an emergency and postpone the election. And while they're doing that, they're going to appoint their judges, more conservative right-wing judges who don't abide by the rule of law, who only want one thing. They want this conservative agenda. They don't want voters to vote. They don't want the majority to speak. They don't think we're capable. They're the minority, and they know that the majority will doesn't benefit them.
Our campaign represents a true existential threat, like they haven't seen before.
Do you really think Trump or any of the Republicans believe they can win in a fair election this November? The guy told us to drink bleach. Come on, obviously not. Wake up. There's not going to be an election until they can rig the Electoral College in their favor with the help of right-wing judges to cancel the ballots they don't agree with. Just like Hitler did in 1933, there will be a state of emergency to postpone the election until they can have a sure way to win. Oh, they will begin by saying it's only a postponing until they have the COVID-19 vaccine, which will give them a few months to stack more right-wing judges who will support their bullshit reason to keep postponing the elections until they have the perfect one-party ballot like the Nazis had.
We are going to have a policy, America first.
Dass die Menschen, die überall und nirgends zu Hause sind, die nirgends einen Boden haben, auf dem sie gewachsen sind, sondern die heute in Berlin leben, morgen genauso gut in Brüssel sein können, übermorgen in Paris oder mit in Prag oder in Wien oder in London und die sich überall zu Hause fühlen. Es sind die einzigen, die wirklich als internationale Elemente anzusprechen sind, weil sie überall ihre Geschäfte betätigen können. Aber das Volk kann ihnen ja nicht nachfolgen. Das Volk ist ja gekettet an seinen Boden, ist ja gekettet an seine Heimat, ist ja gebunden an die Lebensmöglichkeiten seines Staates, der Nation.
That's why I'm packing. And packing my bags. Foot's outside the door. A few more right-wing judges who will support their bullshit reason to keep postponing the elections until they have the perfect one-party ballot like the Nazis had. Don't believe me? Consider this. We have a president who has admitted to grabbing women by the pussy because he can. A president who called a war hero a loser because he got captured fighting heroically for this country. A president who has admitted to asking a foreign country to investigate his opponent to gain an advantage of an election. Come on, cut the shit. You know he's going to hold on to the carpet in the Oval Office with every last breath and bring us all down with him if he has to. And the spineless Republicans will stand cheering because they know when he's gone, so are they. What do they have to lose? Except for democracy in this country. Of course, the same was true for the Nazi Party in 1933. And look how it turned out for them. They continued in power for another 11 years. They continued to have power until 1944. So that does it. I'm packed. I'm out of here. Good luck. We're fucked.
We must never let that happen to us or to our country. We must never let ourselves be divided by race or color or religion, because in this country we all belong to minority groups. I was born in Hungary. You are a Mason. These are minorities. And then you belong to other minority groups too. You are a farmer. You have blues. You go to the Methodist Church. Your right to belong to these minorities is a precious thing. You have a right to be what you are and say what you think, because here we have personal freedom. We have liberty. And these are not just fancy words. This is a practical and priceless way of living. But we must work at it. We must guard everyone's liberty, or we can lose our own. If we allow any minority to lose its freedom by persecution or by prejudice, we are threatening our own freedom. And this is not simply an idea. This is good, hard common sense. You see, here in America is not a question whether we tolerate minorities. America is minorities. And that means you and me.